Alan, the first 12 minutes there cost us 2 goals down and we lost a man.
First 5 minutes, really. The first minute of the game, you look at it, from the kick-off, we'll go somewhere that we've never ever gone. We've gone straight down the middle for a centre-half to clear the ball. And then the ball ricochets out here, and recovery runs from the start, they were all over the place. And within, 45 seconds, you were a goal down. And then the second goal, he's ran 60 yards without anyone tackling him. We've got 10 men behind the ball there, and no one's made a tackle, which is baffling when it's that early in the game. And the kids just slid someone in. It was diabolical, the first 2 goals. And to top it off, Cass gets sent off, which, again, we'll look at it on the tape. The referee says he never touched the ball. To me, from this side, he clearly touched the ball first. But listen, I'm sick of arguing about referees. Really, there's no point in going on about it. It's just the first 5 minutes cost with the game, as simple as that. But I've got to give massive credit to the lads after that, because they dug in, they worked. They could easily fold it. They didn't. They worked ever so hard, and we managed to stay like that until half time. But I think the game could have probably changed, to be honest, after 8 minutes. If Cass scores, Cass is through on goal, puts that in the back of the net, it's 1-1. And then all of a sudden we'll go from possibly 1-1 to 2-0 down, which is baffling. It really is. But listen, we've got to take stock again. It's not nice losing a game of football, and the fans come down, and they were fantastic throughout, and they were probably as shocked as me at the start of the game. And I see it topped off and Cass getting sent off. It's absolutely killed me.
Do you think the referee reacted to the shouts of the Boston players after the tackle? Being careful what you say?
We'll just see on the tape, we'll see on the tape, we'll look at it. But to me, when I've asked him the question, he said Cass never touched the ball. And I'm 100% certain from where I was standing that Cass touched the ball, that he got a nick on the ball. So if his decision was because Cass never touched the ball, then he got that wrong. But the tape will decide that. We'll be able to see it again. So yeah, it's just every game I'm standing here discussing referees rather than discussing the performances of the players, the staff, whatever. And tonight, as I say, I've got to give them lads credit after the disastrous start that they've had, because they worked extremely hard against a team that were putting under a lot of pressure. They dealt with it, and we look pretty solid. Any balls coming in from wide areas will look solid, dealt with it. But again, we changed it at half time. We still needed the height because we lost Cass, so I've changed it and asked Coops to do a job for us on the right, which I thought he'd done brilliantly. And I think Coops probably had a chance to get a goal, and he's devastated because he said he should have scored. And I said to the lads, the longer you keep it like this and then get a goal 15 minutes ago, there's something there for you, because they'll get nervous. We've been in that position ourselves, you get nervous, and then anything can happen even with 10 men. So I think the lads deserved a goal to give with that little bit of a push and for the fans, but it wasn't to be. We've just got to, as I say, dust ourselves down, and the little run that we've been on there, we've got to get back at it, and that's starting sadly.
Says something when their goalkeeper was voted the man of the match.
To be fair, I think the saves he made were good, but he shouldn't have saved them. It should have been goals, simple as that. And like, we're coming away, and I can't remember Tommy making that many saves, in all honesty. And yes, people may say they took the foot off the gas once we went to 10 men. I don't think they did. They still went for it. I still think the lads worked extremely hard. And on another day, them 2 clear-cut chances, by the way, that we had, Cass and Coops, really, really good chances. And you put them in, you could have come away with something. So the performance wasn't disastrous. It was just that first 5 minutes cost for the game massively.
You took Luke Charman off. Was that just to
precaution? He's been, obviously you've seen he hasn't played a lot, hasn't trained a lot. He's only trained a couple of days. And Cass getting sent off, not sure whether he's going to be suspended on Saturday. We don't know if it goes in, so I'm going to be ultra careful with Luke there. So when our Cass is going to be missing 3, I do not want Luke then to be missing for 6 weeks with a hamstring or a calf, whatever. So we pulled him off. He worked extremely hard. Wasn't his day, but I thought the midfield lads were getting pulled about too much, and we just didn't look ourselves in the middle of the part of the night. And people might say, why didn't we play Will? Why didn't we play Wheats? Wheats has trained once in 3 weeks. He's trained once this month, so he's not match fit as it is. Well, it's a risk, and I say it's a risk that I can't afford to take with Will. Unfortunately, he said it's still in his head at this moment in time, so I put him on there just to try and get it out. He said ready for Saturday.
Callum Griffiths as well, you subbed him at half time, that looked like an injury.
He's adamant that there was a tackle on him that was just as bad as Cass's. But as I say, we've gone back and he has got massive stud marks on his ankle, but I just think I had to tweak it, and I needed the height with Cass going off, so if I took one of the centre backs off I would have been short at set plays, so it was just a matter of keeping the bigger lads on so we could potentially get something from a set play as well. So it was more of a tactical move that way. Jared works his socks off. I know he's got that fitness in, he's tucking in, and to be fair, Jazz had a couple of opportunities where he could have probably done a little bit better, but listen, it's so disappointing losing any game of football, but that 10 minutes, that's it. We never even got to see the lads play in the formation that we wanted to here because it was gone. It was gone. So people might say, why did we play a 5-3-2? It's something that this group's capable of doing, and it would have been fine, but it was just a disastrous start. I'm pretty certain of that.
Put it right for Saturday then, away to Southport and the trophy.
Listen, we know what's coming. Everyone knows what's coming, so we've got to stand up and be counted. There's no excuses this time. We've got to be there, we've got to battle, we've got to flip it, and we've just got to give them as good as what we can and see what comes of it. But I've got every confidence in that group of players in there. As I say, that I think that work ethic and the attitude, after going down to 10 men after 10 minutes, 2-0 down, I think that attitude and application from them showed you that these lads are willing to fight as long as they can.